Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. Just got a rather interesting little bit of information. Back in 2012, the Pennsylvania Democrats of the legislature, well, they took bribes. And the reason they took bribes was to oppose voter ID. You sort of wonder where Eric Holder is. And the reason you sort of wonder where Eric Holder is that the exact same thing that Bob McDonald, who was the governor of Virginia, did is what these folks did. Huh? You think justice is fair? You think justice is blind? I'm inclined not to think so. Now, according to this article, the Pennsylvania Democrats were caught on surveillance tape. We're talking surveillance tape. They were reportedly accepting cash bribes in return for opposing voter ID in the Pennsylvania legislature. Gifts of Tiffany's jewelry were also given to Democrat legislators from Philadelphia, reportedly in exchange for a no vote on a Pennsylvania voter ID bill that passed in 2012. No one has to have voter ID in Pennsylvania! Despite the evidence, Pennsylvania Attorney General Kathleen has not charged any official. Kathleen is what? Well, what is Kathleen? Oh, she's a Democrat, huh? No big surprise there. Now, Kane's excuse for her inactions: racism. Some of the legislators caught on tape accepting bribes were black Democrats in Philadelphia. Huh? In a statement to the Inquirer on Friday, Kane called the investigation poorly conceived, badly managed, and tainted by racism, saying it had targeted African Americans. It goes on to say those who favored the sting believe Kane killed a solid investigation led by experienced prosecutor Frank G. Fina that had ensnared several public officials and had potential to capture more. They said they were outraged at Kane's allegations that race had played a role in the case. You notice anytime these Democrats get themselves into like a corner, racism, racism, they're racists. How come most of these guys that are pulling these scams are black? How come? Like the guy in North Carolina that got whacked? Anyway, so, where is the less honorable Attorney General Eric H. Holder? How come he is not going after these guys that went ahead and agreed to say no for gifts from Tiffany's, huh? You know why? Because I got to believe it was probably his organization, the Department of Justice, that gave them those gifts. You know what I mean? They're not going to investigate themselves. This is no different than the other scams, the phony scandals. You know what I mean? They're all phony scandals. Here's another one. Yeah. Folks, there is no rule of law. There's a law for them, and there's a law for us. The reality is there's more of us than them. So why are we putting up with this bullshit, huh? Why are we putting up with this bullshit? Now you got to ask yourself, why? I don't know why.